Eagles Offensive Player of the Year. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Golden Eagles and the Steelers, just ahead on EA Sports.
With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Golden Eagles of Brooklyn. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's get it.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Looking to throw right away. Pickett under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The pressure from Mark. They bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
Ooh, that would have been a block punt.
Fielded just inside the 20.
See, I could give, yeah. I'm going to run the ball and pass. I'm going to mix it up a bit.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Now with a long field ahead of him. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. If he,
look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Well then.
Nice horse. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 99 yards. And the Golden Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially in the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
I mean,
First carry for Najee Harris. And this one goes nowhere.
Since when did he get an X factor?
Back at the 22. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Third and very long.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Yeah, buddy.
Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete.
Woo. Okay. I felt that rush coming too.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Again, he'll drop to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. That went good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful.
And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Golden Eagles Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point splits.
A whole 2 minutes. Wow.
14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Under pressure, and they get to him again. And going the books is a 7-yard loss on the save, and it's third down. Now Pickett. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to him. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And that'll take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
It almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost. It's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in the game.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Now look out. To the 20. And touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Golden Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 16 carries, 82 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
Thank you.
That's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, we had on 1 all game last week, so we got to make up for it.
This one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter, and man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now here's another carry for him. Upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. When you look at this defense, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Harris running straight ahead. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Pickett. And a big loss here as he's
chased him down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll look to set up his blockers. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. It's his tight end.
Oh, that was close. Wow. I was going to run the ball, but myself, the quarterback, but it's all good.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up.
What a catch.
Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
What a catch.
They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards the final tally.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now. Might have fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Golden Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll go to the Bucs as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Got him.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Yep.
So
I got confused him a bit because if I still...
1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. There he goes, right side. Touchdown! A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Golden Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the route is on here in this first half. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, this is Harris.
Where you going, Harris?
Has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw, Pickett.
4th down, buddy.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
they're focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here.
Hey, viewers, how we doing today?
And, of course, the big creating the holes for him to run through.
Hoping that Fortnite comes back on soon.
2nd and 1.
So I'm playing Madden.
It's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield.
Look at that. That's a wonderful pass.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw again. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
There we go. Now we over 200 yards from my tight end.
Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now, meanwhile,
I did not mean to do that. That was on me.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense.
Touchdown! A great play there.
Yeah, because I threw it too early the first time. That's why. That's good.
Something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
2 minutes. 2-minute drive. That's crazy.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle.
There it is. Get your sacks.
Some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Under pressure, they got him again.
Yeah, buddy. The sack leader.
And it's 3rd down.
I can get him an interception. That'd be great.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play.
Delay of game.
Yeah.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They hand this off to Harris. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Run the ball, baby.
He gets this one away.
Run the ball.
It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Taking it right down Broadway. He's got a full head of steam. The race is on. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Golden Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Pickett right back to the air again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jaden Reed, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Bijan Robinson, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that one all tied.
Huh? Jordan Love is with Tennessee? Wow.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this does not end well, as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now a dump off here complete. And it'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. Back to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And now off to the races. Down the right side. Touchdown. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Golden Eagles have got it on cruise control. But he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line is taking charge and control of this game.
Oh, buddy. Buddy. You got to do better than that.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter.
What's going on, viewer? How are we doing today?
This is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Taking it about the 16. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. On his horse. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. 99 yards. And the Golden Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That's the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 9. Back to throw. That one's complete to Tomlinson. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. 36 yards on the play. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's just tied in. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
305. Let's get it, baby.
Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions, and just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort
That's how we do it.
Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Golden Eagles just continue to roll. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Alright, good. Fortnite's back, okay? As soon as I get done this game, I'm playing Fortnite.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to
Yo, if he would have caught that, bro.
get him some space, try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for him throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the
Second
last
another
possession,
2 minutes off the
that tells you
clock
just how stalled they are on offense.
by passing the ball.
We'll step up here. We'll see. On the give, this is Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Looking to throw, Pickett. And he's
Oh, buddy.
the third time thus far.
Ooh, that hurts. Wow.
35-yard line.
Yes, sir. That hurts.
Now you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this
Thank
game,
you.
And he'll take it in the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Golden Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
and you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Pickett looking to throw on second down.
Roll out. How are you second and 1 and third and 13? Are you serious, bro?
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a
New York lost 12 yards.
long after the sack.
Back to the schedule or not.
Once again, it'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Here's J.K.
I want to throw the football now,
He's been terrific so far.
just so I can kill time.
That's taken on the 25. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Like, everybody's having a great game today.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
5 yards, all
This
right.
is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Let's triple it, buddy.
Now back to throw.
Got him.
And he's got his big tight end here.
gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
Got him. Y'all cannot stop my tight end for jack squat, bro. Y'all haven't even gotten a sack on me yet.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Yep.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
I mean, it is what it is, buddy.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll look to throw here.
Got him.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Golden Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Now Pickett. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. He'll look to throw. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Yes, sir, buddy.
He's got a full head of steam. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Golden Eagles are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was
After this, I'm playing Fortnite.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game. Not in this one. This has been a display of offense.
I wish I was a tipped interception.
The two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the
All right, we need to pass the ball for 2 minutes.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Look at that.
It's a
Fielded at the 20. And he is going to dive to the turf.
6 minutes.
And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
You got it, homie.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now.
I bet y'all guard him now, won't y'all?
They'll look to throw. Looking
Yeah.
side, it's complete. He's got it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Wide open receiver complete.
Ooh-wee.
47 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That's a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball. One that they want to fix immediately.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take it.
Thank you.
For a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Golden Eagles add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll set up a throw. And for the 3rd time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. 50 yards.
And the Golden Eagles extend their lead yet again.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter, but do that. And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Pickett.
Ain't do you no good now, did it?
And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back.
That offsides ain't helping you for nothing.
Nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself.
2nd and inches. I'm going to let that clock run.
That's just his
Fortnite, here I come.
They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Don't even call the timeout. Just let the clock run.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's not pick you off again. Yep, that works.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd down, here's Pickett. And pressure gets to
yeah.
That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 3rd and long for Pickett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen in the history of the game of basketball a few people score 100 points individually, men and women.
Yeah.
We've never seen this before in NFL history. We've only seen 2 teams combine for 100 points in a game 5 times in league history. One of the greatest games ever played, well, by one of the teams anyway.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. And now he'll fire deep downfield for Jones.
Whoa.
Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers come up with a late...
Oh, y'all just fought for the morals. All right, Fortnite time. Thanks for tuning in.
points. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I
See
tell
if
you
Fortnite
what,
works.
this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that